Hello Stampers, it's Jackie Bolhuis from Klompen Stampers. Today I've got kind of several things I want to teach you. Our primary focus is going to be how to heat emboss. So this is part of my card making for beginners series because heat embossing is super easy and it adds that extra little wow to your cards that I know you're going to want to do it. So that's why this is a card making for beginners. We're also going to show a super cute card where I show how to stamp on colored cardstock to get your color, and also the stamps I'm using are from a card kit. You know, I love card kits. I shared a video just not that long ago with the Simply Citrus card kit. I love this kit. But one of the things I really like about these all-inclusive card kits, when you're done, you have a stamp set. And that stamp set doesn't have to stop with just the cards in the kit. So we're going to use the stamp set from this one for our card today. So lots going on. So if you've never watched any of my card making for beginners videos, I have a whole series I've been working on. Go back to my YouTube channel and check out my playlist. We've talked about all the basics. There's videos on stamps, on ink, on paper, on essential tools, on different adhesives. Not sure if there's another one, but today we're going to focus on showing you how to do that heat embossing. And I'm sure you're going to want to dive into doing that on some of your cards. So without further ado, let's go ahead, flip this camera down, and let's get stamping. Are you ready to dive into this fun card I have for you today? Like I said, there's quite a bit going on here, but I hope you find all the tips I share all the way through to the end of this video helpful. Even if you're not a beginner, I think if you've been stamping for a long time, you'll probably pick up on some tips as well. Now, as I said, we are using the stamp set that came with this Simply Citrus card kit. Now, just a real quick peek at the cards that I made with the card kit. This being an all-inclusive card kit, you get everything pre-cut and ready to go, and you just do the stamping and put together. This was one of my favorite card kits that we've had in a while. Love it so much. I've actually made quite a few of these cards to send out to family and friends. So, but after you've done a card kit, you have some leftover supplies, but most importantly, you have a stamp set. So we're going to use this stamp set on our card today. And I'm going to make a card that has a lot going on. Plus I have then another card to show you that someone actually sent to me using this stamp set. So let's go ahead and start with the embossing part. Because like I said, this is part of the Card Making for Beginners series. And I'm going to show you how to do heat embossing. Heat embossing just adds that special little wow. It's kind of shiny and raised up, and people like to go, whew, did you really make that? And you can say, yes, I did. Now, there's several steps, but it's super easy, okay? So we're going to emboss on a piece of black cardstock. I have one of the greetings, Hello Sunshine, from our little card kit stamp set. And then the important components of embossing are going to be an embossing ink, or what I like to use is called Versamark. The main difference between this and your regular inks that you use for all of your stamping is it's kind of sticky and it's slow drying. And it's that slow drying part that we need because we're going to stamp with it. Then we're going to add some embossing powder, so it needs to stick to that ink. And then finally, we heat it up. That's simple. So Versamark is essentially a clear ink, so you're going to want to use an embossing powder that's colored. And you see a lot of my projects, I use white embossing powder. I love the white on the black. It gives your cards a great pop, but our color comes from that embossing powder. Now you can get powder in gold and silver and quite a few different colors. It comes in a little jar, okay? But I like to dump it into an old Tupperware container because you'll see we're going to put it on and then dump it off. And this just makes it really easy to kind of keep it all together there. And a jar of it will last you forever. Now, one thing that I like to talk about as well is if you've tried embossing before and you've struggled because you felt like you got little specks of embossing powder that don't, belong there, or your image isn't super crisp and clear, chances are you've got embossing powder sticking where you don't want it. The easiest way to prevent that is using this little item called the Embossing Buddy. Now, I'm super sad to tell you, Stampin' Up! Does not carry these anymore. They discontinued it, which I don't understand because this is a staple in my embossing. So I have two solutions for you. First, with the embossing buddy, all you're going to do, it just has like powder. If you tap it, you can see the powder come off. But what you do is you rub it across your cardstock before you start, before you stamp or put powder on. It kind of takes the static out of the paper is the best way, I think, to describe it. Or like if you've been touching that paper, you might have oil on the paper from your hands. And embossing powder sticks to that, which we don't want. We only want to stick where we put our ink. So by rubbing this off, that will help prevent that. Another solution is a dryer sheet. Any kind of dryer sheet, you can take your dryer sheet. I don't use them, so I don't have one to show you. But if you run your dryer sheet across there, that will help a lot like the embossing putty does. So that's kind of a household hack, we'll call it. Okay, enough jabbering. Let's get back. So we've rubbed our cardstock. We're going to take our stamp. We're going to ink it up good. When you're inking these with the Versamark, you want to hold your pad down because as you're inking, it'll kind of, see how it sticks? But I find you get better inking. Hold it down. Tap this really good. And then when you stamp it, hold it down there for a couple of seconds. You want to get a really good image. You want that ink to transfer. You don't see anything because it's clear. And then we'll take our embossing powder and just cover it completely and tap off the extra. And you can see how I'm not getting any speckles around it that I don't want. So that's how we add our powder. Then we're going to move that to the side and grab our heat tool. Now, when I say move this aside, really do that. That's personal experience talking because this blows air and your powder will go woof all over the place. Now, with the heat tool, hopefully you can still hear me. I'll try to talk a little louder here. I like to heat it up a little bit if I haven't previously used it. And then I'm going to take this and hopefully you'll be able to see, but I'm going to move it around and eventually this will start turning shiny. And as soon as it turns shiny, let's see, we'll get a spot going here. Oh, see how right there on the H in the beginning of the S, it turns shiny? As that happens, keep moving your heat source around till you get everything nice and shiny. Don't sit on it too long, okay? Don't hold it in one spot too long because once it's shiny and everything is shiny, it's done. If you continue to heat it, it will kind of flatten back out and you've defeated the purpose. Because now when I rub my finger across here, I can feel it. It has that really nice little raised edge. Okay, so we have this done. I'm going to just grab my paper snips here and we're going to hand cut this out, fussy cut it. Now a tip here, I love these little Stampin' Up! Snips. They work awesome for cutting out small things. I think because they fit your hands really nice, but they also have this nice short little blade, so it's easy. And a couple of tips, when you're fussy cutting, you want to turn, okay, I'm right-handed, so in my left hand, I'm holding it. Turn what you're cutting with your left hand and keep your right hand, your cutting hand, pretty stable. But what I'm going to do, because I want to go around these letters, and you'll see here, I'm not, with my left hand, I'm just kind of turning it up and down. I am not following these letters exactly. Even though it may appear like it, we're just kind of going up and down and up and down. We'll come over here and we'll go around. But part of the key, put on the white, you can see how it looks like it follows it, but I really didn't even try to follow it. I was just kind of getting that scalpy edge there. Part of the key to fussy cutting something like this, again, move it around with your left hand here, but a continuous cut. You can see how I keep going. If you try to be really precise, and again, up here, we're just gonna go around and around. This continuous cut is what gives you those nice kind of rounded edges, and it makes it look like you really did cut out the image. Well, there you go. There is our Hello Sunshine cut out. Now, we still have a whole card to make after I've shown you how to do that. So let's go ahead. I have some scraps here. We have Granny Apple Green and Daffodil Delight. And then I have a couple of the stamps here, and I have Pumpkin Pie for this one. I am going to stamp 3 of our lemons on the scrap of Daffodil Delight, and then we'll stamp 3 of the round ones as well. Boy, that pad almost looks like it needs re-inking. So all I'm doing is stamping on this colored cardstock with an ink that's a little bit darker. So on the Granny Apple Green, I've got Garden Green here, and we'll go ahead and stamp 3 of these little leaf clusters. So this is one way to get your images colored without really coloring them, because we're going to get the color off of our cardstock. Now for this one, we are going to cut out all of these images. Now again, I'm using the snips, kind of got a little close there. And again, turning it with this left hand and try to get a somewhat continuous motion here. There we go. And what I would do is go ahead and cut out all of these. Same thing with the leaves. I'm going to cut out all of the leaves. So I am going to speed up the video and cut these all out, and I will be right back. And there we go. We have all of our little parts and pieces cut out, so we're ready to make a card. So let's grab the cardstock I have all pre-cut. Okay, we have a piece of Whisper White that is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I am going to just take this little flower that comes in the stamp set and put some random flowers. Notice how I'm kind of turning with my left hand my cardstock so we get the little clusters going in different directions. So we just made a little background. Now, don't worry about the size of all of these pieces of cardstock. We're going to actually back it with this one, which is 2 7/8 square. But on the website, link will be down in the video description to take you over there. I'll have pictures of the card along with a list of all the products I used and the card recipe. So it'll give you all the measurements for everything. Now, I have the Subtle's embossing folder, or Subtle, I always throw an S at the end of it. This is a 3D embossing folder. So when you use it with a brand new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, we're going to use our platform. We're going to put our embossing folder with the fold, the hinge going through the machine first. So that's plate 1 and then plate 4. Now I have a whole video that I did not too long ago showing you how to emboss with the new Stampin' Emboss cuts. So if you need to be reminded of some of that, go back to that video. And also if you use a big shot, remember with the 3D folders, you use your same platform, but you need to either use the blue plate that Stampin' Up! Used to sell, or plate number 4. This is the specialty plate. You can purchase this one all on its own. So you do your big shot platform, your 3D embossing folder, and then the plate number 4 for the cut and emboss will work in your big shot. So let me go run this through and I'll be right back. There we go. So now you'll see we have our emboss piece just to add a little bit more texture, but we have our images stamped on it. So just adds a little more texture than it being completely flat. So we'll put a little bit of adhesive on the back. Ooh, that got kind of a lot on there. That gooshed out pretty quick. Be careful so it doesn't come out of the sides. There we go. We'll put it on our basic black. So this is going to really make those words pop up. So we've got that piece, and then we have all the parts and pieces. So we are ready to start putting our card together. And all I'm going to do is take all of these pieces and use dimensionals, and let's kind of see what we end up. I've made a few of these cards before, and they all turn out just a little bit different because there's no right or wrong way as to place these. So we'll just go ahead and stick those. We'll do the same on these pieces. Lots of dimension going here is really what I was aiming for. We'll stick that one underneath. Now, if you do want to put one of these down flat to add a little bit more dimension, we'll stick some adhesive. Put that one down there. And let's see, we got one more. So let's go ahead and put, covering up all those nicely stamped flowers. Now, I like to use the mini dimensionals on our leaves. And for this, I do use a piercing tool, either the old piercing tool or the take your pick tool, to be able to pop those up, because I just can't get them very well with my fingers. Then we'll go ahead and stick these leaves randomly. I love how this green, the granny apple green, just adds so much, you know, with all that yellow we got going on there. So we'll go ahead and stick one more. Let's see, and notice how I am letting it come off of our layer a little bit. So there's that. And then finally, let's go ahead and take our words, and I'm going to just put some of our adhesive on that, and we're going to plop it right there in the middle of all those pretty lemons. So we'll stick that like so. So there is the focal point of our card. Now, before we finish and put this on a card base, I've got some of these Artistry Blooms sequins. I love these sequins because they do have adhesive already on the back of them. And there's no holes in them. So they're kind of easy. Just pick it up with that little piercing end. And let's just stick 3 of these. Just adds a little bling bling, we'll call it, and some sparkle to our card. So there we go. Now this part, all I need to do is put that on a card base. So I'll just pull in my finished one. There we'll go. We'll make believe. Looks a little bit different, but pretty much the same. So here I just used a piece of that Granny Apple Green Designer Series paper and added it to a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of Whisper White thick. Remember, if you're making your cards out of a Whisper White base, you want that Whisper White thick just to give it a little bit more thickness. So there is that card. Now let me show you another one that a friend sent to me. Isn't that adorable and oh so simple? This is actually a piece of, it's called Artistry Blooms Designer Series paper. And I had originally looked at that paper, wasn't real sure what I was going to do with it. But all she did was take, and I'm guessing it's Gorgeous Grape because this looks like Gorgeous Grape here, and stamp these images right onto that Designer Series paper and then put just a little strip of cardstock along with the Whisper White there. How simple. And this is one I got in the mail. Every time I get a card in the mail, it really reminds me how important it is that we send happy mail to other people. I love getting cards in the mail just as much as I love sending them. So there you go. 2 cards using the stamp set that comes with the Simply Citrus card kit. So after you've done the cards in the card kit, all kinds of options for using those stamps. So I will have pictures again of both of these along with the card recipes over on my website. Link is down in the video description to take you over there. So you'll be able to see everything I used. And if you'd like to place an order for any of these supplies or any other Stampin' Up! Supplies, I really appreciate it when you select me to be your demonstrator. You can order right off the website there. And don't forget to check out my frequent shopper rewards programs. I love to send free stamp sets to my customers that are loyal to me and place frequent orders with me. So until I stamp again with you real soon, have a stamp happy day. Bye-bye.